Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Queen of Thieves. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Earth Shaker.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Just stay tight, we have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe.
Radiant team pick.
Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me.
Dire team pick.
Hi and welcome folks. We are casting for UGC League. This is game 2 of We Got Lategame versus No Broodmama. Congrats to No Broodmama on the first game. They took game 1. This is a best of 3. You are listening to New Meta Media casting, and you can follow us on twitch.tv/New Meta Media and at NMMDota on Twitter. I am DJ Sneak, and I am joined by my co-caster 71, who I think is having some mic issues, so he will hop in here in a second. Looks like a pretty standard standard game so far. We've got a respect ban from We Got Late Game on the Brood, the Bloodseeker from last game. He did a lot of work for No Broodmama. And another Lesh ban from No Broodmama. That's kind of one of those heroes that you see in this meta that gets banned out a lot, because if it doesn't get banned, it gets picked up. So on the side of No Broodmama, we get the Quap pickup. She is one of the most picked and most banned heroes so far in a lot of the pro scene, so it's pretty good to see her here. She's got a really great mid game, and it's fun to see her jumping around the map. Got a Tusk pick and a Clockwork. I really like those picks. On the side of We Got Late Game, they've picked up the Gyrocopter, which is another one of those heroes that we see a lot in the current meta. And the Earthshaker, probably for protection and lockdown for the Gyrocopter to get those really sweet rocket barrages off.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I apologize for the lapse in talking. I am helping do a little bit of tech support here, so we will be back with you shortly.
Storm Spirit!
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Clinks!
Dire team pick.
Gonna have a very interesting matchup here in the mid lane. We got late game picks up the Storm Spirit, which I was surprised I didn't see banned out by either team. And then the No Broodmama picks up Clinks for their carry, which is an excellent, excellent hero. It's going to be a good game so far. I'm liking it. Looks like neither team wants to take it very late game. The Anti-Mage gets banned out, and the Brood on the side of Broodmama.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Weaver!
Looks like they're going to have Weaver in the off lane. And we've got a disconnect. So 71 is still trying to get his mic to work, but we should have a really excellent game.
Prepare for battle.
So my apologies about the camera work. I think that because 71 has dropped out of the game and come back, we will have a directed camera regardless of who you select here. So I will go ahead and get started with late game on the Weaver. On the Weaver we have Lokarn. On the Gyrocopter we have Fawawi. On the Storm Spirit and mid we have Dory. On Earthshaker, we have Save Dota, and on the position 5 Dazzle, we've got Presumably. And it looks like 71's mic is now working.
Is it working? That would be great if it was working.
It is working. So you want to go ahead and take care of the
Yay, that's fantastic.
The, introduction of
Thank you. Yeah, so to all those casters out there who are casting games, do not unplug your mic during the lobby. That is a bad idea. You will have to restart all of Dota and then re-enable your microphone. It's a lot of fun. So here we are in the UGC semifinals of No Broodmama and Lategame. It looks like you've done some intros. Have you done Radiant Side or just Dire Side?
I got Dire.
You got Dire Side? Alright, I will handle Radiant Side then. We have 11 on the Queen of Pain. We have Araj on the Ancient Apparition. We have Clockwork, Monster. We have Northern Peru on the Clinks. And we have the big old Walrus Punching Tusk on Fatberg. Let's see.
Looks like we're gonna see a support Tusk here, which is kind of exciting. He's got a mango in his inventory, which is a great item.
He's already gone early Dust, which is interesting. He wants to go hard on that Weaver as soon as possible. With Araj and the Cold Feet, that might be very possible. Looks like Araj is doing a little bit of baiting in the bottom lane. Is this Weaver gonna take it? Are we gonna see a snowball? No, doesn't look like we are gonna see that.
The right click from Ancient Apparition this early is incredible.
It is. With the Chilling Touch, it is strong as hell. You're going to see a plus 50 damage on those right clicks. A lot of pings going top. It looks like Save wants to go hard on Monster, but he might bit off more than he can chew in those cogs. No, he's just fine. He's going to walk away. Gyro is not responding fast enough.
Well,
meanwhile,
mid has quite a bit of armor this early.
That's true. Meanwhile, mid lane, we have a lot of push coming from the Storm Spirit mid against the Quap. Quap is going to have easy last hits on this high ground. And a lot of push going bottom. This is interesting.
Yeah, they're doing a really great job of zoning the Weaver out. He's only got 2 last hits to the, well, I guess the the Clinks only has 3, so it's not that great.
Yeah, Clink's sitting at 4-1, Quap 9-3, Gyro doing great 9-4 with his safe lane protection of Dazzle and Earthshaker. Monster still doing a good job with his staying in lane, getting his levels as a Clockwork needs. But he's not gonna have a great time with this Earthshaker. If he gets pinned and one Rocket Barrage, that's gonna be real big trouble.
Yeah. And that's what they're looking to set up here. You can see the Earthshaker. Oh, there he goes. This might be it.
Is he
a little
TPing
too
mid?
close to the creep wave, so...
Not quite a first blood, but flirting with it. Definitely flirting with it. Meanwhile, we have Dazzle TPing mid to support this Storm Spirit. He might be trying to get a kill on this Quap, but I don't think Poison Touch is gonna do enough. We're just gonna get a Blink out here, I would assume. Oh, has she not level Blink?
Yeah, it does kind of look like they're just trying to harass her out of lane. The Dazzle's been hanging out in mid quite a bit with the Storm Spirit, and so he's maybe he's just getting beat up a little too much by the Quap. It's a bad matchup for the Storm Spirit. I'm surprised that they picked the Storm Spirit into the Quap. Until he gets 6, he's in pretty rough shape.
This could be first blood mid as well. Just speaking about yep, there it is. Just speaking on that Quap being a good pick off of the Storm Spirit. But Dazzle comes around, hitting her in the back end, hitting her hard. That Poison Touch, is it gonna do its work? Oh, we can only find out. And she's dead. So a turnaround. Nice. Not great. The first blood gold's still going to Queen of Pain, but
actually it went
Dazzle
to
picking it up on the other end.
It went to Clockwork. It didn't go to Quap.
Oh, it did.
Shot a rocket flare over and took the last hit.
He was securing those kills.
Yeah, it actually doesn't work out great for the Quap. She doesn't get that first blood gold and still dies anyway. So
she does get the support area effect gold, but yeah, she's not getting that first blood gold. It's unfortunate. A lot of pinging coming up on the top rune. Quap really wants to secure that. Do you think Dazzle is going to set up shop mid and just babysit this Storm Spirit now?
It sort of looks like it, and it's going to be tough for the Storm Spirit because he really needs to get his 6 early. In the top lane, we actually almost had Clockwork killing the Gyro, and Save Dota comes in with a perfectly laid fissure and saves Dota, saves the Gyro from getting killed by the Clockwork.
At bottom rune, we have a little bit of a skirmish going on. Lochnar and Fatberg? Is that Fatberg? Yes, Fatberg. A good snowball, a good dust on the Weaver, but the Weaver just has too much movement speed with Sakuchi to get away. It's just too difficult for Raj and Fatberg to secure that kill. But it does make space for Northern Peru to really farm it up, and looks like I missed a kill top. Gyro's getting a nice little kill on the Clockwork.
Looks like Storm Spirit has noticed that there's a little bit of danger here in the mid lane with the Tusk. This is one of the risks of having Tusk as support. He is only level 2, and he's basically just walking back and forth. He hasn't gotten a kill for either lane, and the Storm Spirit is getting quite a bit of farm.
Yeah, Storm Spirit couldn't take off if he gets, let's see, what has he got in his inventory right now?
Just an old talisman and a bottle, but he does have his bottle.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Looks like Quap's gonna dive deep on this Storm Spirit, but I think she underestimates the Shadow Wave and decides to quickly regret her decision and blink out.
Meanwhile, Gyro... Oh, go ahead.
Still have Clinks farming away bottom.
Yeah, but I think the Gyro's gotten quite a bit more than the Clinks. He's ahead of the Clinks on last hits, and he has his Aquila and Brown Boots, and he's sitting on 800 gold. But he doesn't have more last hits. He's actually
no, he doesn't.
10 lower. But
yeah,
he's gotten quite a few kills out of, or just one kill out of the Clockwork.
Yeah, Quap is still sitting pretty at 30. Storm Spirit a little behind with 21. And this Dazzle is sucking up some of his XP. Oh, good kill top with Clockwork and Tusk snowballing in on some shards. Dazzle coming in with a heal, but I don't think it's going to do enough damage to get rid of that clock. He's juking as best he can. Cog's doing work. I wonder if he's going to TP out. He's thinking about it. Oh, there's the TP out. So a solid kill top, and a good escape.
And they barely made it out of it. But that's a win. That's a win in the world of Dota.
Yeah. As long as you aren't dying, you're living.
Yeah.
Casual flare top lane, just to push him back a little. We'll see. Does Clock have his hook yet?
No, he's still level 5. He's almost there.
Okay.
Oh, what a trap by the Tusk. Traps the Earthshaker in between creep waves, and he manages to get out, but he was in pretty bad shape there.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a bug going on. I cannot see a whole lot of inventory. I'm having a bit of an issue clicking on heroes. So if I ask you what's in whose inventory, just please humor me. Clock, popping them cogs top. Wailing on Earthshaker, getting a good kill, pulling the creep wave. I don't know if he wants to pull this creep wave, but it might be beneficial to push this tower. Cardi the Catapult wailing on that tower, but giving a lot of vision to the unit's top. Meanwhile, we have the Duel of Invisibilities bottom. We have Lockarn on the Weaver and Northern Peru on the Clinks, just casually trying to farm as best they can and trade hits.
Yeah, one thing that's, the Clockwork is so good against the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker can't get his cast animation off. Oh, and a great save by Dazzle.
Yeah, big exchange mid as Dire decides to dive the Radiant Tower, take out the Queen of Pain, and Storm Spirit barely makes it out alive. Still, the dueling banjos of invisibility bottom lane, just going invis, harassing each other, going invis, harassing each other. Meanwhile, top rune, we have Clockwork flaring the Dazzle to death.
Yeah, it looks like Dazzle just got this ward up right here, and got caught out by the Clockwork.
That's the life of the support, throwing out those wards when you can, but taking the death for it. It's unfortunate.
So the Gyro's getting quite a bit of free farm up here, but gets jumped on by the Quap.
Gyro throwing down his ult, going after that clockwork, doesn't work. Double kill on the Quap. Both scream, Dazzle and Gyro going down hard.
And we did miss a kill on the Clink's bottom while that whole
oh my!
was going
And
on
there
the
was
top.
so they traded a little bit. All right.
Yeah. But it was 2 for 1, and and that hurts the Gyro quite a bit. He falls down a few places on that net worth chart, and the Quap and the Clinks come out on top. Even after the Clink's death, he is still pretty high on the net worth chart.
Yeah, Clink still is 55 and 14. He's still doing just fine on his money management. His ledger is definitely in the black.
Staff already. About to get the second one, it looks like.
The second, what was that?
The second Obsidian staff. So he's working on an Orchid on the Clinks, and he's pretty well on his way. He's got brown boots, a Bassi, and most of the second Obsidian staff.
Oh, this Dazzle could be in trouble. Ooh, Tusk dodging the call down with the snowball. That's a great dodge, but he's got a missile on his behind. Gyro is going to chase him. Oh, looks like AA got taken out bottom. Clock re-engaging with the hook, popping the cogs, taking out that Dazzle. Is it too little, too late? Lokarn walking away with must be 10 to 15 HP. Jeez.
Yeah, he nearly got right-clicked to death by the poison tossing, the javelin tossing creeps in the safe camp.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of back and forth so far. We've got 8 and 6, and it's just been constant.
Is under attack.
Just been constant fighting this whole time.
Yeah, last game was just as brutal. I think both of these teams want to go early game.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because late game is definitely drafted for more of a late game lineup, and no Broodmama has definitely drafted for an earlier fight build. So we'll see what happens once this AA starts hitting his ults. That's going to be a scary team fight. Everyone's settling down, kind of relaxing, getting back into their farm groove. Tusk rotating mid, see if they can get a pick on this Storm Spirit. That's going to be a hard pick with his ultimate zipping out. And Lokarn and Northern Peru going back to their little tete-a-tete bottom lane.
Yeah.
What is this Gyro got, if you don't mind helping me out with that?
Let's see. He's not got a lot. He's got a set of drums. Still just brown boots in the Aquila. So.
Okay. So not anywhere near a Yasha or anything like that, or a Morbid.
No. I've never actually built drums on the Gyro. What does it get for him?
It just gives you casual stats, lets you chase down with the rocket a little bit more, get in position for a call down. It's it's a kind of an early game item. I think it's their counter to the early game push.
Yeah.
Or no, excuse me, not push, early game team fight. Yeah. Presumably, and Save Dota are definitely babysitting this Gyro a lot. I imagine they're putting a lot of the eggs of their basket into this Gyro's flying machine, as one would call it. Whereas Quap is just sitting pretty mid. What has she got?
She's doing quite well. She's got a null talisman. She's got her treads. She's working on what looks to be another Obsidian staff, so maybe it's going to be a double... I can't think of the word now.
2 Obsidian staffs, or Oblivion staffs to an Orchid?
Yeah. Yes.
Here we go, big ult on the Gyro, but Queen of Pain is going to come in and silence him right quick. Let's see if this Clockwork can get out of this fight. He does with that battery assault, catching the Earthshaker on the stuns. And Queen of Pain going hard, diving tower, getting that Dazzle. That is a 3-0. That is rough chuckles.
Yeah, they do not want to deal with this. The Earthshaker got caught out again by that Clockwork, and instead of getting away and getting a fissure off, he ran into the Clockwork, who had his battery assault on, and it cancels his animation every single time. There's no way for Earthshaker to get off a spell there, so I'm not sure really what was going on there, what the Earthshaker was thinking.
Tower is under attack.
Really, really aggressive warding coming from Dire side. We can see high ground mid being warded by Ancients and and being dewarded by A. But they are really going hard for these wards. Hopefully it's a good gamble.
Yeah, they really don't want this Queen of Pain to snowball like she has, so maybe they're trying to get a little bit more protection from the Queen of Pain rolling in and just destroying all of their heroes.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep an eye on her, because she is definitely the X factor on there. Jumping around, screaming, reducing those team fight HP to real low. So we'll see if the gyro can counter that.
Yeah, once she gets that Orchid, it's going to be really bad for both the Weaver and pretty much that whole top lane. It's just going to be scary.
Yeah, targeting that Weaver and silencing him is going to be probably the #1 priority.
Yeah. So Earthshaker goes to the mid lane to soak up some farm. And the gyro just ducks into the jungle to try and get some, try and accelerate his farm a little bit. He does have his treasure now.
So we still don't see an ultimate on Tusk or Dazzle yet, both level 5. Once we see some of those ultimates come online, we'll see they might get the taste of blood in their mouth, and they might want a team fight. We'll see.
Yeah. They have been leaving the Storm Spirit alone for the most part. He hasn't been getting a lot of kills, but he also hasn't. They've tried rotating on him, and he just seems to always have a little bit of that Spidey sense going on.
We've got a smoke, it looks like, bottom with the Storm Spirit, and Weaver has broken it already, but he might be looking for a pick-off. I don't know, it looks like his smoke wore out. He's just kind of running around.
He is also working on an Obsidian Staff.
He might get picked off by this Clinks, depends on if, depends on how aggro Clinks wants to be. Oh, and here's the AA ult. Yep. This Storm Spirit is very dead.
Really aggressive.
Whereas 11 is trying to get the pick off on Weaver. She cannot though. That Weaver just time lapses right out of her range.
Yeah, and Quap is very close to her Orchid.
Meanwhile, 11 comes up top and just is getting kills left, right, and center. That Orchid is going to come and it's going to get hard. They're going to have 2 Orchids on their team. They're going to have Northern Peru with an Orchid and 11 with an Orchid, and just no one's going to be able to cast any spells, and they're going to be taking huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, even though it was
Northern Peru pushing mid.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Even though it was a slow
Lokarn.
start for the Tusk, he's definitely picking up now, and they're gonna have a really hard time with this lineup. I'm not sure that they can make it to the late game if they don't start picking up a bunch of kills.
Yeah, Lokarn definitely needs a bit more farm, depending on what kind of big items he wants to build. Fawai definitely needs to be picking up a Yasha as soon as possible, or at least a Morbid Mask. Has he gotten that yet? I can't see his inventory.
Who is that? The AA?
The Gyro.
So the Clinks gets another pick off on the Storm Spirit after it's a return kill for getting the AA, and the Storm Spirit's really not having a good game. With the 2 Orchids now, it's like this game is going to get harder and harder for late game. I think they're in pretty bad shape right now. They really need to get a lot of items online. Ooh, we got a fight going on top.
Yep, Tusk is snowballing in on Save Dota. Save Dota gets the Shallow Grave, but they turn around and kill the Dazzle because of his Shallow Grave and block off the Earthshaker near the tower, and he's gonna get a big kill. Meanwhile, just a casual AA ult, you know, just because he feels like it.
Because you can, and we do have a beyond godlike streak going on to the Quap.
On 11, yeah, she is wrecking left, right, and center.
Fawahi goes back into the jungle. Fawawi. It looks like they want to dive this tier 2 on top.
Looks like the combination of Queen and Clinks is smacking them around. Just too much damage output. Fatberg is getting caught behind the tower. Fawai is rocket barraging him to nobody's end. Save Dota, meanwhile, is trying to rock that epicenter just to do a little bit of damage, but it's gonna turn around on him. He's still gonna pass away.
Yeah, another great engagement by No Brood Mother. They are showing their mid-game dominance in this game.
This is very reminiscent of the last game. They drafted mid-game and they just went hard. And I think late game is just they're just too late game. It's just how it is for them right now.
Top tower is under attack.
They could definitely flash farm with that gyro though. They could send him over to the ancients, make sure they're stacked, try to get him some big items, but
they have not been stacking the ancients, so that doesn't seem to be their strategy here. I mean, he's it looks like he's working on a BKB, but he's still quite a ways off of it, and and looks like the Quap and the Tusk pick off the Cleaver.
Monster popping that blade mail, just wrecking the shit out of Fawai. The only thing that saves him is that he has 3 teammates with him. Meanwhile, Quap is going to push bottom and have her way with whatever she wants.
Yeah, it took all four of their teammates, the 4 that were up, to take down the Clockwork.
Yep.
Bottom tower is under
Totally agree. That I think Gyro's going to think twice about rocket barraging Clock now with that blade mail. Ooh, an ancient apparition from downtown. He's on fire against that gyrocopter.
That's a good snipe.
Yep, excellent snipe. Good prediction. Oh, Northern Peru with a DD. He is gonna make this Dazzle's life heck. There's a big kill. He can probably get away. They might even snowball. No vision detection to snowball on that Weaver Locarn. Quap diving deep on Save Dota, just going hard. Orchid activated, and there's the flare for the pickup. Clock really wanted that kill.
Look at how aggressive this Radiant Warding is. They are looking to dive in between towers and just destroy anybody who comes out of base.
No, they're not letting Dire have any of their jungle.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Got some pings going out to Roche. Might be thinking about it. Could be late game trying to call out that they think no Broodmamas is going to be Roshing, or it could be no Broodmamas. Was it from the Clinks? The 2 yellows are just too darn similar for me.
They are very close.
History of success this season. No Broodmama is undefeated in games they've played, with 1 series loss attributed to a forfeit in week 1. So Node Broodmama is definitely doing a good job on their win streak. I think late game. Oh, man! Northern Peru can just come out of nowhere with that Orchid and Deso and just get 2 to 3 hits, and you're melted. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna deal with this.
He is very fed at this point, and the Gyro is going to have a very difficult time catching up. They haven't been able to push a tower down. You get a Locarn just pops a dust as a defensive measure,
Structures are fortified.
hoping that he doesn't get picked off by the Clinks.
Yeah, and Clinks is gonna come in on this Storm Spirit. The only thing saving him is that Yule's. Oh, and an amazing blind hook by the Clockwork. Oh man, that was fantastic. Great prediction. Great prediction.
Teleports in and threads it in between his teammates to that to the poor Storm Spirit who's having a rough game.
And an Orchid on Gyro, AA ult. They're just cleaning up. I don't know how late game's gonna come back from this, man.
Yeah, they're very close to game at this point. I think that no Broodmother could easily push into tier 3s now.
Yeah, with Clinks and the Deso, I don't think that's a question. I think it's a matter of they want to take their time, they want to slowly chip them down and make sure that they do not let this slip through their fingers. They have a strong grasp on this.
Yeah. They just back off to protect their towers, and they're probably gonna make their push here pretty soon. Maybe take Roche. Yep, they're gonna.
Peru is looking at Locarn. Just another invisible. Oh, dust just in case. Misses him.
Yeah, they were trying to get the clinks there.
This Deso and this Medallion is just going to make this Roche turn into a puddle. Just a puddle of tears.
Yep, they do not have vision on this, but they do suspect it looks like.
Monster, meanwhile, uses the hook just to slow down the Storm Spirit. Big call on the cogs, but Monster gets Force-staffed out of the cogs and the call down.
Travels fast.
Storm Spirit still loses his life on the back end, though. Tusk re-engaging, Walrus punching the Dazzle. That's a big cleanup for no Broodmama.
Yeah,
And that's, it looks like Dory's calling it.
Oh.
Yep. Dory's done.
Get a little
Late
bit of
game's
cheek
done.
out of our stats man armpit. He has tasted the tears of Roche, and they are Gatorade. Kind of gross, I guess.
Well, in a best of 3, it looks like no Broodmama is taking this semi-final game.
Yeah, and they go into the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, well, best of luck to them. And thank you all for listening. Thank you for co-casting with me, DJ Sneak, with those tech issues earlier. Thanks for helping me out as best you can, even though it just required a reboot. You know, always turn it off and turn it back on again. And thank you all for watching and listening to New Meta Media Dota. I'm 71, and with me is DJ Sneak. Have a good night, and good luck.
Yeah, and if you like what you heard, please follow us on Twitter at NMMDota, and check us out again on twitch.tv/newmetamedia. Thanks, folks.